Hastings.
One nothing. Post 100 leads here at South Point High School over the Gaston Braves.
Yep. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Hastings, and it's outside. 2-0. When you think Coach Reynolds might go to Hastings in this series? Tomorrow?
Yep.
Monday.
Pitch at home. He's had 3 days rest.
Mm-hmm.
We'll probably see Hastings in Game 3,
Mm-hmm.
especially if they get beat tonight.
Yeah. He confers with Coach right now down the third base line, and Alexander picked off over there at first.
Leaning big time was Alexander. The ball actually got to the first baseman, Milton, before Alexander even dove back in.
So it's a 1-3 put out, and there's one away then. And still 2-0 on Dylan Hastings. And the pitch, ground ball. Third baseman's got it. Plenty of time. 5-3 will go to the put out. And just like that, there's 2 out. Go from 1 on, nobody out to nobody on and 2 outs. and just a flash there, and it brings up Dustin Wilson. Dustin Wilson, right fielder, started last night in right, pitched in the ball game some, and with the bat, Dustin had a triple in the 6th inning, his last at bat. He was 1 for 4. Here's a fly ball to right field that should do it. Right fielder makes the catch for out number 3.
Thinking about remodeling your home? Or maybe you're even thinking about building a new home, or maybe a new building out back. Either way, call on the building experts at B Squared Construction. Get your project started today. From decks to roofing to kitchen and bath to siding to gutters. Also window and door replacement. With over 40 years of combined experience, B Squared Construction. Call Brad Beatonhead at 704-201-4453 or Banjo Strap at 704-713-8296 to get your project started today.
Hauser Drug Store on the corner in downtown Cherryville has been Cherryville's hometown pharmacy since 1935, and they know you by name. For durable medical equipment such as wheelchairs, oxygen, walkers, CPAPs and BiPAPs, lift chairs, and diabetic supplies too, like strips and lancets. Hauser Drug bills Medicare and most all private insurances. And does your pharmacy make home deliveries? Hauser Drug in Cherryville does. It's service after the sale.
Good luck to Post 100 Baseball from Hauser Drug.
Welcome back. Milton Baker and Kevin Hastings with you as we go to the bottom of the 2nd. Zach Wiggs, Justin Williams, and Derek Perry due up for the Gaston Braves. Trailing 1-0. Cherryville's run coming in the 1st inning. Best scoring after a double and going to 3rd on a pass ball. A sac fly by Shoemaker brought him home. And here's the pitch from Mosteller. Ball 1 to Wiggs. Zach Wiggs in game 1 last night had a couple of hits, a single and a double. He was 2 for 4 with a walk and a run scored in the 10-3 Cherryville victory. And next pitch is he's down here in the count 2-0, and that one's high 3. Runner will have the stolen base. That's Wiggs. And the count is 2-1 on Williams. 2 balls, 1 strike to Justin Williams. Now the potential tying run at second for Gaston, the combined Legion team, Belmont and Stanley Legion. One ball and 2 strikes on Perry. With 1 out and a runner at second. Pitch swung on a miss. Swung up 1 up in his catbill at his catbill that time. And there's 2 down, back-to-back strikeouts. 3, 4 strikeouts for the Blue Mist in the ball game.
Typical Blue Mist game, Milton. No hits first couple innings, walks a couple, strikes out a lot.
Strikes out. Here's Aaron Biggerstaff, second baseman.
This is the typical Mosteller game so far.
And the pitch to Biggerstaff, a strike. The ball's 1 strike on Aaron Biggerstaff. Biggerstaff last night batted second, had a double, was 1 for 4 with a walk. And this one goes up the middle for a base hit in the center field. Tying run coming home. Here's the throw, and he is going to be safe at home. A Biggerstaff RBI single up the middle ties the ball game with 2 out here in the bottom of the second. So it's 1-1 on the Mr. Sparky Hauser Drug scoreboard, and it brings up the left-handed batter, first baseman Mikhail Davis.
Little confusion there between Shoemaker and Mosteller and who was supposed to cut and if they were supposed to cut.
Yep, Mosteller cut it off. His throw home not in time. So it's 1-1 here in the bottom of the second. 2 out and a runner at first for Gaston Braves. And Mikhail Davis outside, ball 1 to the left-hander. Davis last night had a sac fly and a walk. He was officially 0 for 2. Mosteller looks to first. Now the pitch, and it's popped up. It's going to be left fielder Hastings coming in and makes the catch for out number 3. But for the Braves, 1 run on 1 hit, no errors and 1 left. We've played 2. It's 1-1 on the Mr. Sparky Hauser Drug scoreboard. You're listening to B Square Construction baseball.
Deja Vu in downtown Cherryville specializes in men's, women's, and children's clothing. Deja Vu has an extensive line of formal wear with name brand jewelry and purses. And Deja Vu is now accepting new consigners. Come on in now and see Emily or Alice for all of your clothing and accessory needs. They're open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 5, Saturdays, 10 to 3. Deja Vu, 118 East Main Street in downtown Cherryville. Find them on Facebook or call 704-445-9333 for Deja Vu in downtown Cherryville. Carolina Care Center strives to provide quality care and promote an excellent quality of life. They now offer Carolina Care Cottages. All Carolina Care services are now available to cottage residents on an outpatient basis. Cottage residents have priority to beds if need at Carolina Care Center. The 2-bedroom cottages are fully equipped. Reserve your new home today by calling 704-435-4161. Carolina Care, offering a standard of excellence. Let their family take care of your family today at Carolina Care Center. Just like Cherryville Post 100 plays their best, you want to look your best with a stop at Trudy's Classic Cuts at 800 West Church Street in Cherryville. From cuts to coloring, from perms to waxing, plus other treatments that'll make you look your best. And good luck to Cherryville Post 100 from Trudy's Classic Cuts, located at 800 West Church Street in Cherryville. For your appointment, call Trudy today at 704-445-1333 for Trudy's Classic Cuts.
All right, welcome back as we go to the third inning, 1-1 ball game on the Mr. Sparky Hauser Drug scoreboard. Spencer Stamey will lead it off here for Cherryville, starting shortstop tonight. Spencer, last night, our MVP award brought to you by Medical Center Pharmacy. First pitch here popped up third base side. Third baseman might have room, but nope, runs out of space over there. Spencer was 3 for 4 last night. A double, 2 singles, and 2 runs scored. And it'll be strike 1 on Stamey. Right-handed hitter for Cherryville, Post 100. Cherryville scoring a run in the first. Gaston tying it up in the bottom of the second. And the next pitch, a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike on Stamey. Kaiser and Bess due to follow here for Post 100. And next pitch fouled straight back. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Stamey. Stamey off of this year's Cherryville High School team. The only Post 100 member off of this year's high school team.
That is highly unusual.
But there's about 4, I think, off of Cherryville High School that have got a year of college or graduated last year.
That is a good point.
Yep, 2-2 the count.
The B team's loaded with Cherryville High School player, this year's current team.
And strike 3 called on Stamey. The 2-2 pitch caught him looking. 1 out, bring up Luke Kaiser. On this year's Cherryville roster, you got the likes of Blake Mostetler and Dylan Hastings, Ryan Kraft. And let's see, I'm missing one from last year's team. Oh, of course, Thomas Bass.
Yep.
And it's ball 1 on Kaiser. Next pitch popped up in the field of play. Shortstop going back. Perry under it makes the catch. And there's quickly 2 up, 2 down.
Kaiser flies out for the second out of the inning.
That's going to bring up Thomas Bass. We were just talking about him.
A former Ironman.
Center fielder number 10, Thomas.
Seemed to be Pirate.
Yeah. And his freshman year at
Asheville.
UNC Asheville. He's going to transfer, and the coach coming out for the Gaston Braves with the lineup card. He may have.
He's asking probably about Spencer
Spencer
because that number was down as a 7 and he's a 1.
Yeah, Spencer wears number 1.
So that's probably what he's asking
listed
about.
on lineup as number 7. I don't know that we even have a 7. We have a 17 who's on deck. But if anybody wears number 7. So Bess will step up. Bess led off the first with a double. Came in to score later on a sac fly by Shoemaker for Cherryville's 1 run. We're tied 1-1 in the top of the third here.
Just checking battery.
Mm-hmm. We may have to plug up the
It's
charger
full.
here.
It's full.
Doing okay?
Yeah, it's full.
Good deal. It's 1 ball and no strikes on Thomas Bass. Two out, nobody on. Next pitch, ball 2 from the left-hander, Brandon Bates. 2-0 count. Yes, the right-handed hitter steps back in, and the pitch shows bunt, takes it for ball 3. 3-0 count.
On Thomas.
Brett Huff on deck. And the 3-0 pitch, a strike on the outside corner.
Two outs here in the top of the third inning. It's 1-1, post 100, tied with the Gaston Braves.
And the 3-1 pitch is ball 4. So Cherryville gets a base runner here in the third with 2 out. Cherryville's had a base runner every inning. Alexander led off the second with a walk, but he was picked off over at first base. And Bates only faced 3 batters in the second inning. Here you got the first 2 out. 2-out walk to Bass brings up Huff. Huff drills one to left field, but right at the left fielder, who drifts over, steps up that bank out there and falls, but hangs on to the ball.
He's a little shaken up out there. You can see on your camera he's holding his left shoulder and arm. May have felt funny.
No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left after the walk. And that'll do it for Cherryville in the third. Still tied 1-1 on the Mr. Sparky Hauser Drug scoreboard. This is B Square Construction Baseball.
Eat 'em up. Yum, yum, eat 'em up. Yum, yum, eat 'em up.
West End Sales in Vale is proud to welcome Ron Parker to their staff. Ron takes his time to invite his friends and former customers to come by and see him for all of your farm and lawn and garden equipment needs. And for a limited time, get a free loader with any Coyote Series tractor, excluding the DS Series. And get a free first-time oil change with the purchase of any new tractor. See Ron Parker today at West End Sales, Highway 1827 intersection in Vale.
Top of the third, and to be the catcher, number 15, Patrick Horn. In the top of the order, Wiles, followed by Wiles. Spencer and Dustin, the brothers, will step up here in the bottom of the third. 1-1 game. The Blue Mist pitch, ball 1. We're talking about the left fielder for the Gaston Braves falling out there. Wiggs, as he made that catch, that little bank out there that rises in left field. We were talking about down in right field, there's a little dip down the line in right field as the pitch is a strike, 1 ball, 1 strike. And these dugouts are true dugouts. And we saw, of course, Kaiser over in Shelby make a big step into the dugout on a pop-up over there.
We got a replay of it, too, going online on whatsupshopper.com. Watch the replay of that game. You can see Kaiser's catch into the dugout.
Somehow he made the catch and stayed on his feet and really threw it
We
off.
also got a real good view of Josh Bean's catch where he flipped over into the bullpen almost over in Shelby.
That's right. He almost made a head-first dive over the fence there. 3-1 now on Horn. The pitch is ball 4. So leadoff walk again for the Gaston Braves. The leadoff walk in the second came home as a run on the RBI single by Biggerstaff. So Mostetler has walked 2 and given up 1 hit so far in the game, 1 run.
Milton, that Horn there, I thought that name was familiar. He was the quarterback for South Point this past year.
Okay. Batter up is Spencer Wiles. First pitch foul tip, strike 1.
We got a replay of that online. You go and see. We got a couple of South Point games last year, about 4 or 5 of them. One of them against Burns. I know we said his name quite a bit in that game. High-scoring game in the 40s.
And this one, a fly ball to right. Dustin Wilson back and makes the catch for out number 1. And it'll bring up Dustin Wiles. Dustin Wiles, center fielder who flew out to left for out number 2 in the first inning. Spencer Wiles back to the dugout after the fly out to right field.
Yeah, 4 people in our lineup starts with a W.
Yeah.
Wiles, Armstrong, Wiggs, and Williams are the top 5 batters.
Yeah. Lots of W's. And the pitch is outside to the left-handed batting Dustin Wiles. His brother Spencer, right-handed batter. Runner at first, 1 out. Bottom of third, 1-1 game. And the pitch is a ball. High, 2-0. 2-0 on Dustin Wiles. The 2-0 pitch from Marceller is outside, 3-0 to the lefty, and Kaiser walks out to chat with his pitcher. He's a pat on the back there and says, let's get him out here. The Blue Mist has struck out 4, but in danger of walking his second batter this inning. 3-0 pitch. It's ball 4. So he does walk Wiles. 2 on with 1 out for Logan Armstrong, who struck out swinging.
Struck out 4 of his last 5 at bats, Milton.
Mm-hmm.
He had 3 strikeouts in the game last night. 1 tonight already. So in 5 at bats against Post 100, he struck out 4 times.
He's out of East Gaston High School, I was told, and got the nickname the Big Poppy curveball for a strike. I knew last night we were talking, I said, this guy's bound to have a nickname. I said, maybe we can find out tomorrow night. And the gentleman to my right here, the PA announcer, told me what his nickname was, Big Poppy.
Big Poppy.
And this is inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. And understand he's got a little brother that weighs what, about 150 pounds?
Soaking wet.
He is a little brother.
Runners at first and second. Infield fly rule is on. Armstrong has a propensity to pop the ball up. And out comes Coach Reynolds now.
Yeah.
To talk to Blake Mosteller here with a 2-1 count and 1 out. And he's going to talk to the whole infield here.
Well, while he does, we'll remind you tonight's game brought to you in part by El Patron Mexican Restaurant in Cherryville, where on Monday they have Taco Loco Monday tomorrow. Tacos for $1.
I'll be there.
You'll be going to Taco Loco with the rest of the What's Up Shopper staff. Give them a call if you want to place your order.
And they actually just opened up a place over there on Aspen Street on the backside of El Patron there in Lincoln too. So now with they've got a couple locations in the area.
Their phone number in Cherryville, 704-435-4546. They're over there.
And Milton, if you go there during a Post 100 game or Cherryville game, any of our broadcasts, and they're out and advertised on it, if you ask them, they will put the game. They'll put the game up on the big screen in there.
Good deal.
So guys, if you can't make it out to the ballpark and you're hungry, you want to go eat a taco, you can always go to El Patron there in Cherryville and watch the game on the big screen.
Sounds good. 2-1 instead to second, and he is out of there. The pickoff goes 1-4 on Horn down at second base. 2 out.
And Milton, you usually don't see a pickoff on the inside move like that. He comes up with a big leg kick, turns the inside because it takes so much time to turn around, and the runners usually kind of pick up on that. But had the runner out at second leaning. Good job by Blake getting the throw on that side of the bag so Huff can make the tag.
And the 2-1 pitch to Armstrong is a ball, 3-1. 3-1 on the big guy, the designated hitter, Logan Armstrong, in the number 3 hole in the lineup. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and it's ball 4. So my step, or was it ball 4?
That's ball 3.
Just ball 3?
Well, the runner just walked to second base.
Balk. Balk was called. I got you, no pitch. A balk was called And it's still 3-1 on Armstrong. With 2 out, and they're going to go ahead and put him on with first base open.
Now, Milton, Armstrong could have hit that pitch, and then if he got a hit, the home team would have had the choice of the balk or the play.
Or the result of the play,
yes,
you're right.
Yes, they would have. So even though there was a balk called, Blake still bringing the ball to the plate left it in jeopardy over whether or not it could still be hit. Armstrong could hit the ball.
All right, we've got
a pinch hitter already.
Yeah, Wiggs was the left fielder who fell out there, and he's hurt.
He came up holding his shoulder.
Number 4.
Trying to make a play out there in left field on that heel.
Jarkevius Hopkins. How you say that? Jarkey.
Jarkey Hopkins.
Jarkey Hopkins for Wiggs. All right. Wiggs had walked and scored in the second inning, but got hurt out there in left field. Man, that catch. And here's a base hit to right field. This could put the Braves on top. Throw coming home. He is safe at home. It's 2-1. The Braves lead on the Hopkins pinch hit. 2 out single.
Good piece of hitting by Jockey Hopkins. Going to right field with it. Fastball on the outside corner. You know Blake's bringing the heat. Took it to right field and scores the second run of the ball game for the Braves, and they take a 2-1 lead over Cherryville Post 100.
Yeah, their first lead in the series. It was tied briefly last night, 1-1 after 2 innings, but they've never had the lead on Cherryville until just now. 2-1 on the Mr. Sparky Hauser Drug scoreboard, and the batter is Justin Williams, who struck out swinging in the second. So runners first and second here, 2 down. The big man at second base, Armstrong, and there's a strike to Williams. Williams was 2 for 4 last night.
The stadium is full at South Point, Milton.
Yes, it is.
I figured it might be because just looking at the visiting side bleachers, I mean, that's about what, 1/5 of the amount of seats there at Cherryville for the home side. So, and you know Cherryville's going to travel. So there's people standing up everywhere. There's people sitting on the dugouts. There's people in lawn chairs up on the hills. There's a party going on up here in the left field.
Oh yeah, the deck.
Let's see if I can. Josh, if you can, give me a shot up of the party up on the hill between innings. After this batter, we'll talk about it.
Here's the 2-1 pitch to Williams, and it goes to the backstop. Everybody will move up on a really wild pitch that time.
Earlier, he threw a curveball, Milton, and missed by about 12 feet, and that time missed by about 6 feet. And fastball getting a little loose from Blake, and I was watching this fella down here on the had his drinks and stuff up on the screen, and when it hit the net, everything just went everywhere.
Knocked them. They were a casualty. 3-1 then on Williams. Runners second and third now with 2 out, and the pitch. That's ball 4, so the bases are loaded as Mosteller has walked 4 in the inning, and there's 2 out for the shortstop, Derek Perry, who struck out swinging in the second. So bases loaded, 2 down here, and the Gaston Braves leading 2-1. Bottom of the third. That leadoff walk again coming in to score for the Braves. Second time tonight. And the pitch to Perry in there for a strike. Well, had some movement. It looked like a fastball. It just moved around.
Post 100 is going to have some. They're not even going to bother walking over to the bullpen. They're going to walk down the right field line and warm up.
Yep. So
looks like 5 and 18's headed down there.
18 be Heath King, 5 be Josh Beam. Both, well, Beam a left-handed.
Well, one of them's probably protecting. I think Beam's protecting. 18's going to throw. So King is going to throw to the catcher, and Josh Beam's going to go out there and protect him.
I hear you. 1-1's the count here on Perry now. And a curveball stayed inside, 2-1.
Perry ducked under that one.
Yeah, a walk here will make it 3-1.
Blake's just got to buckle down and throw fastballs right now. Get it over the plate, get out of this inning, and make them hit the heat. Got bases loaded, you have nowhere to put them.
And the 2-1 pitch is a strike called.
Pretty liberal there.
Yep, Cherryville faithful will take it in this case.
This umpire likes the outside corner, Mountain. Hadn't seen him call too many pitches on the inside, but there's a lot of balls on the outside, just missed on the outside corner that he's given to both pitchers.
2-2 pitch, popped him up and out of play.
That's
Straight back.
On top of us.
And it's still 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Deuces wild. Bases loaded, bottom of the third. 2-1 Braves lead. And Mosteller trying to get the last out here in the third. Trouble started with a leadoff walk. And that batter Horn came in to score. And here's one foul back again. Still 2-2 on Derek Perry.
That was an excellent job by Perry. Staying in the box. That curveball was spinning right at his head again. This time he stayed in there and just battled and fouled it off back to the screen. Good job of hitting right there, fouling off that curveball from Mosteller.
Here's the 2-2 pitch again from the Blue Mist, Blake Mosteller. Trying to take care of business here, and it is ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes now to Perry. I don't want to jump on the ump yet, Kevin, but it's kind of tough to figure it out here.
Well, I mean, he's been calling balls outside. I mean, it's a flip of a coin if you miss by 6 to 8 inches whether or not it's going to be a strike or not.
Runner's going to pitch is fouled off. And a big Poppy coming out the third base says, "Don't do that again. Don't make me run again."
Well, he's about 10 feet from foul territory. He wasn't going to. He's a big target if the batter gets a hold of one and pulls it here.
Yep, you're right. 3-2 remains the count on Perry, battling with Mosteller here in the bottom of the third. 2 out and bases loaded. Blake trying to get the batter. Here goes the runners again. Pitch swung on and missed. He strikes him out for out number 3. But 1 run scores in the inning on 1 hit, no errors, and 3 left on. We played 3 complete at Belmont Sound Point High School. It's now 2-1, the Gaston Braves on the B-Square Construction broadcast.
There is a national shortage of home standby generators. Now is the time to order your Generac home standby generator from Mr. Sparky and Wise Electric in Cherryville. Call now and get $500 off when you mention this ad.
Mr. Sparky, we're on time, you'll see. Mr. Sparky, all your repair is free. You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-Sparky.
Friends, let's stop spending our weekends driving back and forth from some home improvement warehouse. Let's make one trip to Ace, get help quickly from people who know their stuff, and do it all before our second cup of coffee. Get your weekend back.
Ace can help you quickly turn your to-do list into a to-done list.
To help out with your weekend projects, see Ferguson's Ace Hardware. Ferguson's Ace Hardware on Highway 150 East in Cherryville, helping you out with your weekend projects.
Ace, the helpful place.
Hi, I'm
Baker and Kevin Hastings with you on the Mr. Sparky Ouncer Drug Scoreboard. Cherryville down 2-1 in the going to bat in the top of the 4th inning. It's Tyler Shoemaker who had the RBI on the sac fly in the first inning, scored best for Cherryville's long run in the game. Shoemaker against left-hander Bates again here. First pitch popped up. First baseman hanging in there on it and makes the catch. One pitch, 1 out.
Folks, you came back to the view. Josh was showing you there on his camera the stand built over here in the left field, that big wooden thing, folks. It's a neighborhood back here behind the left field fence, and I guess they've went in together and built a pretty nice deck up there, Milton. They got about 10, 12, 14 people. They call it their own personal beer garden here, even though the only the people in the neighborhood get to use it.
And batter up, Seth Weekly. First pitch, a ground ball to third. 5-3, put out 2 pitches, 2 outs. That brings up Brandon Alexander.
And folks, you can see Josh is panning the stands for us, showing you how packed it is here at South Point. There's fans everywhere right now.
All right, Alexander walked leading off the second, got picked off over there by the pitcher later on. 2 out, and he takes ball 1 high. Hastings on deck, but 2 down here, and Cherryville down 2-1, top of the 4th. The pitch from Bates. A strike, 1-1 strike. Cherryville's one hit coming by Best, the leadoff batter in the game, a double down the left field line. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Alexander, ball 2.
Corey Parks commenting online. Corey, I'm not going to be able to repeat what you said over the air because of proximity, but I agree with you, man.
2-1 is a strike, 2-2.
Milton's going to read your little text there.
Yeah. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Deuces Wild. And the top of the 4th, it's 2-1. And the pitch fouled off.
Folks, what we were just referring to there, Corey Parks signed in with his Twitter name. If you got a Twitter or Facebook account, Milton, you can chat with us online. We'll be more than happy to talk to you, say hello, respond to you if we can. If we can't, like Corey's, we'll just give a little laugh and agree with you. Ground ball, third base, foul. Coach Reynolds Carousel. But if you got a Facebook or a Twitter account, right below the video, folks, just scroll down. There's a little tab down there that says Social Stream. Click on the Social Stream, and then you'll see a big green button, and that says Check In and Chat. Click that guy in, sign in with your Facebook or Twitter, and you can live chat with me and Milton right here in the press box, folks.
All right, still 2-2 on Brandon Alexander. Two out, nobody on. And the pitch nearly hit him. Been a good time to lean into one. 3-2 on Alexander. The fastball would have probably hurt a little bit. 3-2 the count. And the next pitch, third base side, foul ball. Alexander, the big, tall, young and out of Burns, is playing third base tonight. Hastings, the regular third baseman, in left field. Still resting that arm for perhaps a start tomorrow night.
Well, and the thing we talked about a little while ago is that hill could be dangerous out in left field, and South Point, Gaston Braves left fielder has already got injured on that hill, and he plays here, Milton.
Yeah, he fell out there, and he has left the game. That was Wiggs as a walk on a 3-2 pitch to Alexander, and it's going to bring up the batter Dylan Hastings. Hastings, a 5-3 ground out his first time up. 330 down the left field line. 310, did it say right field?
305 down the right field corner. 310 up the hill. He's talking if they had to move that fence in to make it flat, it'd probably be about 290 down the line. They didn't want that. Pickoff moved first. Alexander gets back in. This time he's going to hug that bag, Milton.
Yeah, Alexander picked off after a walk in the second inning.
So why they didn't tie a chain to his ankle into the bag.
He's very close over there. And here's a shot at the shortstop.
He caught it
in the air. Caught it before he hit the ground. A line out to short will be out number 3. No runs on no hits. No errors, a walk, and one left. It's still 2-1, the Gaston Braves. We go to the bottom of the 4th here on the Mr. Sparky Hauser Drug scoreboard. This is B Square Construction, Post 100 Baseball.
I'm Sherry Hefner, the pastor's wife at the First Baptist Church of Cherryville. Proverbs 22:6 says, "Teach your children the way they should go, and when they grow up, they will not depart from it." As a mother of 4 teens and young adult children, I can attest to the many challenges of Christian parenting in these modern times. That is why this scripture is such a comfort to me. I can rest assured knowing that regardless of the choices my children may make in life, they can never get away from the godly upbringing that my husband and I have provided for them. Are you laying a godly foundation for your children? This is Sherry Hefner of First Baptist Cherryville, where we strive to accomplish all things through Christ.
Buy one, get a second at half price at the Home Place Restaurant, Highway 27 west of Lincoln. Ask about their buy one, get one half price specials. On Mondays, it's a poor boy basket. Tuesdays, a cheeseburger basket. Wednesdays, a barbecue basket. Thursdays, a chicken filet basket. And on Fridays, it's a big old fish basket. Buy one, get one half price at the Home Place Restaurant, Highway 27, 2 miles west of Lincoln. And be sure to use their convenient drive-through window.
We go to the bottom of the 4th here in Belmont at South Point High School. Leading off to be Aaron Biggerstaff. Be followed by Davis and Horn, the 7, 8, 9 spots for the Gaston Braves. Biggerstaff, the RBI single in the 2nd to tie it. The Braves later took the lead in the 3rd inning on a bases-loaded base hit by Hopkins, the pinch hitter. And pitch from the Blue Mist to Biggerstaff. First pitch, a ball. Biggerstaff, right-handed batter against the righty Blake Mosteller. So wind in the pitch, a ball. 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes on Biggerstaff. And the pitch, foul back, 2-1. This is game 2 of the Area 4 finals for an opportunity to go to the state tournament. Cherryville won game 1 last night at home, 10-3. Down here 2-1 as the pitch is inside, 3-1 on Biggerstaff.
And if Caldwell County would have beaten the Braves, Milton, this series would have been between Cherryville and Caldwell County, and both teams would have automatically made the state.
That's right. Caldwell's in as a host team now, and the 3-1 pitch goes high, and it's ball 4 to Biggerstaff. So for the 3rd inning in a row, a leadoff walk, and in each inning, that runner has scored for the Braves.
I'm sure that'll be a point of emphasis by pitching coach, Mr. Walker, for the Cherryville Post 100 guys.
Might see pitching coach Chuck Walker come out pretty soon. Here's the pitch to Davis. Swung on a miss by the first baseman, Michael Davis, who flied out to left in the 2nd inning for out number 3. He's a left-handed batter up there against Mosteller. Runner at first and nobody out. The 0-1 pitch, a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Game 3 of the series back in Cherryville tomorrow night. Game 4 here Tuesday night. It's a best 4 out of 7. So I said, here's a pop-up. It's going to be the catcher has lost it. Now Kaiser trying to find it. Could not.
Kaiser never found it, and most of the time, Milton, when a pop-up to the catcher like that, he's going to rely on his on the dugout and fans to kind of tell him where it is at first, because once you flip that off, it's hard to find the ball. And obviously no one was helping Luke too well there, and Luke couldn't find it. Ball landed foul. New life for the batter, number 24. That makes it 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs here. Runner on first for the Gaston Braves.
So here steps back in Davis, the first baseman, and the pitch is high, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. No outs, runner at first for the Gaston Braves. Leading this game 2-1 in the bottom of the 4th. And the pitch outside, 3-2 to Davis. Three balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out.
Hot day out here at South Point High School.
One of the more muggy evenings here.
Mm-hmm.
Throw to first. Safe is Biggerstaff, and almost thrown away there. Shoemaker, the first baseman, had to reach across the runner to try to catch that one, and he knocked it down. Kept it right beside the bag. So still 3-2 on Davis. And the pitch. Fouled off. Remains 3-2.
Two-one, Gaston Braves lead here at bottom of the 4th inning. You're watching live baseball on WhatsAppShopper.com. Audio and radio brought to you by 1590 AM WCSL.
First base side, base hit for Davis. Going to third will be Biggerstaff. And on the corners with nobody out on a 3-2 rip down the line by Davis.
It's a hot shot for Shoemaker. He probably didn't about see the ball the way he reacted and dodged there, Milton. I mean, it was a shot over there at him.
Yes, sir, indeed it was, and that's the first hit for Davis in the series. It'll bring up Patrick Horn, the catcher who walked and scored in the 3rd. A leadoff walk to Horn. And he eventually represented the go-ahead run.
Horn is also the quarterback for the South Point Red Raiders.
First pitch from Mysteller to center field. Best tracks it down. Runner at third tags. Here comes the throw. He is going to be safe at home.
Almost, Milton. I mean, it almost couldn't have got much closer than that. If the ball would have been to that side of the plate, maybe, because it took Luke a half second to catch the ball in the left-handed batter's box, and had to get over to make the tag. So maybe a better throw would have got him. I couldn't quite tell. Bang bang play at the plate, but
it would have been close.
Safe at the plate. And now Gaston Braves lead 3-1.
That's right. That leadoff walk scores again on the sac fly by Horn. Brings us to the top of the order. Spencer Wiles, who has struck out and flied out tonight. Wiles with a runner at first and one out now. It's a 2-run lead in the bottom of the fourth, 3-1. The Braves on the Mr. Sparky Hauser Drug scoreboard. First pitch to Wiles is a ball.
And we're going to have a little talk with Mr. Mosteller here.
And pitching coach Chuck Walker coming out. Let's take a 30-second break.
All right.
Bruce isn't sure why he's out here, but this happens every time Aunt Betty and her allergies come to town, doesn't it, Bruce? But now, Train can help downtrodden animals like Bruce. A Train Clean Effect system removes up to 99.98% of the allergens from all the air that it heats or cools, so your owners will never choose Aunt Betty over you again. Let's go find your family a Train dealer.
Call Roland Black Heating and Cooling, 704-865-1375.
It's hard to stop a train.
And we come back. Bottom of the fourth, one out. Runner at first and 1-0 the count on Spencer Wiles from Blake Mosteller, who tucks his shirt tail in after pitching coach Chuck Walker goes back to the dugout here. And Mosteller started out with 2 strikeouts in the first inning, 2 strikeouts in the second, but the tying run scored that inning. Since then, he has struck out 1 batter, but he's walked 5. He walked 4 in the third. He's walked 6 for the game, and there's a strike. 1-1. 1-1 on Spencer Wiles. 1 ball, 1 strike to the batter Wiles. Runner at first, and the pitch. A ball for a strike, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count.
1 out of 2 ain't bad.
Whoops.
Tomorrow night's game will be back at Cherryville, Post 100. We will have that at Fraley Field. Be me and my father Calvin will be there, along with as far as camera guys go. I don't know yet. Freddie will be back. Tomorrow's a weekday, so Freddie will be back. He's got the weekends off on that, but he helps any other time. And Josh will probably be, either Josh or Clint will be out there.
Still 1-2 on Spencer Wiles. Davis at first. A run in here in the bottom of the fourth. 3-1 score. Gaston Braves lead, and the pitch swung on and missed by Wiles for out number 2. And that is 4, 5, 6 strikeouts now for Mosteller. Gaston Braves with 3 runs on 3 hits. Still batting here in the bottom of the fourth. Cherryville with 1 run on 1 hit through 4 innings. And the batter is Dustin Wiles, the lefty. A fly out and a walk. And the first pitch, a ball. 1 ball and no strikes to the left-handed Wiles.
Well, either, hold on a second.
Here's a pop-up, shortstop Stamey. A step on the grass makes the catch for out number 3. 1 run scores on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We've played 4 on the Mr. Sparky Hauser Drug scoreboard, and it's 3-1 Braves on the B-Square Construction baseball broadcast.
Take time out from your busy, hectic life and have some fun, lots of fun, at Exhilaration Station in Cherryville. Exhilaration Station has something every family member would enjoy. Batting cages, mini golf, games for every age. Why, Exhilaration Station can even help you with that next great birthday party. Open 7 days a week behind the old Harris Teeter in Cherryville. Call 704-435-0670. Remember, take time out and have some good old-fashioned fun at Exhilaration Station.
There you go, Ann. Your new account is now open. Just one more little thing. Here's your card.
What was that?
It's my new bank. Every time I turn around, I get hit with another fee. You need to get an account at Carolina Federal Credit Union.
She's right.
Tired of getting hit by bank fees? Switch to Carolina Federal Credit Union today. Make those payments go away.
Here's your receipt.
Back as it's the 5th inning, top of the 5th for Cherryville. Dustin Wilson will lead it off. Wilson, Stamey, and Kaiser, the 7, 8, 9 spots up for Cherryville. Down 3-1 here on the road in game 2. The left-hander Bates pitching a one-hitter so far. The pitch is outside. Ball 1 to Wilson. Wilson a fly out to right field. First time up tonight. This one's popped up. It's going to be the shortstop. It's going to be Perry for the putout, and Kevin Cherryville's the left-hander that started against Cherryville at Fraley Field. Cherryville was going up the middle against him, getting base hits early on.
Yep.
This evening, they're not going middle or right. These right-handed batters against
popping
the
it up. That means they're trying popping it up and banging it into the ground. It means they're trying to pull it, not waiting on it.
Yeah, they're trying to pull the ball tonight.
And of course, he's pitched way more than the other kid, so
yeah,
he's a lot better and a lot better with his spots and with his breaking ball and changing speed. So you're right, they were right on it last night, but tonight the pitcher for the Gaston Braves has done a real good job keeping them off balance.
1-1 now the count on Spencer Stamey. Stamey struck out looking in the third. He had a 3-for-4 night last night, including a double. And here he pulls it left field air. He got one down for a base hit. Second hit of the night. It's like Thomas Best down that left field line. So Stamey was able to pull it.
Well, the fact that they're 2 hits, Milton, right down the left field line shows you that that's what they're doing. They're way out in front and pulling the ball, and the lefty's got them off balance. I mean, like I just said, everything else, how many pop-ups they got in flyouts? 1, 2, 3, 4. And ground, just beating the ball into the ground. I mean, good pitching job by the lefty here. And he's picked one of our base runners off.
Yes, he has. And here is Kaiser. Hits one right at the left fielder for the out. That's Hopkins, I believe, out there in left field now after Wiggs got hurt. So 2 down for the top of the order, Thomas Best. Best trying to keep going here for Cherryville on top of the 5th, down 3-1. Best, a double in the first, a walk in the third. So he continues to be on base best. And at first base, Stamey. Throw goes over there.
That's amazing. Like I said back probably 2 seconds before the runners started moving back.
Yep.
I shouldn't be able to see that much quicker than he is. He's staring right at the pitcher. He's coming again.
And Stamey gets back in standing. So it's still no count yet on Best. With 2 out, Stamey the runner at first. And the pitch. A ball. 1 ball, no strikes to Best. Right-hand hitter Thomas Best steps back in.
Need a rally started here with 2 outs.
And he goes to right field. This one's going to send the right fielder back, but he camps out under it now for out number 3. So Cherryville leaves a base hit on the bases there. No runs on one hit, no errors, and one left. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Still 3-1. The Gaston Braves on the Mr. Sparky Hauser Drug scoreboard. It's B Square Construction, Post 100 Baseball.
It's time to gear up to mow the grass, prune the trees, and trim the weeds. To help with your outdoor projects, Husqvarna has everything you need. This means you can save time on the job, get the job done right, and enjoy the results of your hard work. Stop by Carolina Hardware Garden and Pool Center on the Reachville Road in Lincoln and see the full line of Husqvarna products. Husqvarna can help you with all of your lawn and landscape needs. Carolina Hardware Garden and Pool Center in Lincoln. Husqvarna, taming the wild. For over 50 years, Napa Auto Parts in Cherryville has been locally owned and operated. Napa Auto Parts in Cherryville specializes in auto parts, paint, hydraulic hoses, and more. Plus, they have an experienced and knowledgeable staff working to serve you, no matter what your automotive needs are. See Drew and his crew of automotive specialists at Napa Auto Parts, 905 East Main Street in Cherryville. Call 704-435-4581 today. Cherryville and North Lake Country Club are both open to and welcome to the public. Both locations have been recently remodeled and are available for weddings and receptions, also reunions, corporate and private parties, and more. The Cherryville Country Club is open for lunch and supper Thursday and Friday from 11 to 9, and both Cherryville Country Club and the North Lake Country Club are accepting new memberships at this time. The Cherryville Country Club golf course is also available to the public. Come on down for a great meal and great golfing experience. Cherryville Country Club and the North Lake Country Club.
Stamey Funeral Home, serving Cleveland and surrounding counties since 1900. Stamey Funeral Home is owned and operated by the Tysinger family, loving and caring licensed professionals. Our family is here for your family during one of the most difficult periods in life, planning, pre-planning, or pre-need counseling. We're here to listen, care, and help. That's what families are all about. Stamey Funeral Home, located in Fallston. Our family serving your family.
Welcome back. We are going to the bottom of the fifth, and we got a pitching change. Reason for the little extra break there, as the new pitcher for Cherryville will be Brandon Alexander. Mosteller, the starting pitcher, goes to left. Left fielder Hastings goes to third.
Well,
and since Alexander came over to pitch from first, the DH Weekly goes to first.
Well, for right now, that's what's happened. But Weekly DHing for who?
He was DHing for Mosteller, who's still in the game.
Then they both can't be in the game.
Well, you're right about that.
So Weekly's going to have to come on first, or Mosteller's going to have to come out. And
yeah, got a little issue with that.
I don't see how DH is in the game and the pitcher's in left.
Wait just a minute. Yeah, Weekly.
That's
was.
We had
Shoemaker
Weekly.
Is out,
and you can't just put Blake in the 3-hole.
No,
they can't put Mosteller in the 3-hole.
Well, we're going to start it that way.
I don't think they can do this.
Here's the big guy, Armstrong. First pitch from Alexander up high.
1-0. We'll get it settled in a minute, Milton. We'll just let the authorities. It's not our job to get that figured out, but we'll.
Yep.
We know somebody's wrong right now.
Pitch foul off, 1-1.
Yeah, Weekly should not be in the game, or Mosteller should not be in the game.
And that leaves you with a situation, if Weekly comes out, as it goes 1-2 on Armstrong, then Hastings might play first and Travis go to third, because they don't have another third baseman.
Shoemaker would have to go back in at first.
Well, yeah, Shoemaker was
or
the
Mosteller.
DH. Shoemaker.
He shouldn't be out of the lineup.
Right.
Shoemaker shouldn't be out of the lineup.
Right, Weekly was the DH, not Shoemaker. Got mixed up there. 2-2 now on Armstrong. Yeah, they're going to have to figure this out. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Logan Armstrong. And the pitch, ball 3. So Alexander, at any rate, relief in the 5th. Cherryville trailing 3-1 in game 2 of this Area 4 Finals series, best 4 out of 7.
I think Coach Reynolds, with all of his changes, has gotten himself a little mixed up. Foul ball. Looks like it's going to get out of play. It does.
Yeah.
So 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs to Armstrong.
Yep. Count remains 3-2 on Logan Armstrong, DHing for Brandon Bates, the pitcher for the Gaston Braves. And it's the 3, 4, and 5 spots up here in the 5th. Braves leading 3-1.
I'm going to holler at Danny Aker down there in a minute if you get a hold on a sec, Milt.
Okay.
I'll let you go.
All right. And the pitch, ground ball to third. Hastings, long throw, got by. The big man will stay put. So it's an E5 on Hastings, who just moved to third base on the pitching change. And it'll bring up Hopkins. Hopkins, who tied the game up on a run scored. Hopkins is in Wiggs' spot. Wiggs walked and scored in the second to tie it. Hopkins pinch hit in the third after Wiggs got hurt. And Hopkins had an RBI single to put the Braves in front 2-1 at that time in the third inning. And here's one back up the middle, base hit for Hopkins. He's a perfect 2 for 2 since coming in the ball game. And the Braves are cooking here in the bottom of the 5th with nobody out, runners at first and second. And the batter is going to be Justin Williams. Williams struck out and has walked tonight against Mosteller. So Kaiser goes out to the mound to get the signals changed with Alexander, runner down at second, plus trying to settle down the youngster maybe. Armstrong at second, and Hopkins at first. And Williams the batter. And here's the pitch in there for a strike from Brandon Alexander.
Danny said, ooh.
Ooh.
Somebody should know about that.
He said, ooh.
Oh, they got a game of handball down there.
All right, here's the 0-1 to Williams with Cherryville in some trouble here in the bottom of the 5th. Braves looking to add on to their 2-run lead. And showing bunt, popped it up, foul territory, first base side. It'll be strike 2 on Williams. This game's slowing down. We started at 7:03 tonight, 8:22 now. More than midway through.
Saw the commissioner sitting down there.
Commish, for Commish. 0-2 on Williams. That'd be Mr. Murray you're speaking of.
Yes, sir.
He was in Cherryville last night. Batter asked for time. 0-2 the count on Williams. And the pitch is a called strike 3 on Williams. And there's one out. Brings up Derek Perry. Perry has struck out twice, struck out to end the third with the bases loaded after the Braves had gone ahead earlier in the inning. They tacked on another run in the 4th. Got 2 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th, leading 3-1. The pitch, ground ball, be to third baseman Hastings. Throw to first in time. Down to second goes Hopkins, third base Armstrong. 5-3 put out on Perry. Brings up Biggerstaff, who has an RBI single on the night and has walked and scored on the night. It's Biggerstaff in that number 7 spot. Productive evening. All except the first inning, the Braves have had the leadoff batter on every time. 3 times on walks, and this inning on an error. And here's a strike to Biggerstaff. And here's the 0-1 pitch. A ball, 1 strike from Brandon Alexander. Mosteller's out and left. Best still in center. Wilson still in right.
For the time being, we're about to. I think they're going to figure something out here in a minute. I don't think they're right.
And here's the pitch. Low.
I mean, Mosteller and Weekly's in the same spot in the order, and you can't move to a different spot in the batting order.
2-1 with 2 out. Runners second and third.
Unless Shoemaker was the DH and we wrote it down wrong, and Weekly wasn't the DH.
No, that's not. Well,
because they were back to back in the order.
That's not what the. Can I see that just a second? The
Let's
lineup card.
The
lineup card has Weekly DH. Yep. Shoemaker batting before him at first base.
They're wrong. Have to be wrong. They have to be wrong. They can't occupy the same spot in order.
Yep, and there's ball 4 to Biggerstaff, so the bases are loaded for Mikhail Davis. Mikhail Davis has flied out and singled tonight.
Bottom 5, Gaston Braves lead 3-1 here at South Point High School, folks. You're watching live baseball on whatsupshopper.com. Brought to you by B Squared Construction.
So here's the pitch to Davis. A ball to the left-handed batter. Now where to put him. Armstrong at third, Hopkins at second, and Biggerstaff at first. There's been an error, a walk, and a hit this inning. Not in that order. Pitch is low, 2-0 from Alexander. He's got to try to throw strikes here. 2-0 the count.
And out comes Coach Reynolds to talk to Alexander.
Coach Reynolds coming out. We'll take this second timeout.
Car Store in Cherryville is your source for auto sales and service. Stop by to see the Jenkins boys for the best deals around on pre-owned vehicles. The Car Store now does inspections, oil changes, tire and wheel changes, along with brake service, paintless dent removal, and minor repairs. The Car Store in Cherryville is locally owned and operated for over 20 years on Lincoln and Highway 150 in Cherryville. Let us earn your business. If we don't have it, we will find it. Call today, 704-435-1988.
All right, we're back at Sound Point. The Braves have the bases loaded. 2 out, 2 balls, no strikes to count on the batter. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Gaston leading Cherryville 3-1. Brandon Alexander trying to get one more out here. And we'll try to figure out what's going to be done here about Cherryville's batting order, because you got the DH and the former pitcher still on the field.
We're going to figure it out in a few minutes. There's a mistake. I mean, there's a mistake. That's just nothing to it.
2-0 pitch. Ball 3. 3-0 now on Davis. Alexander struggling here now. He started the 5th. Should be out of the inning. The first batter of the inning reached on an error. That was the big man Armstrong. He's now at third base. Here's the 3-0 pitch. It's ball 4. So an RBI for Davis on a bases loaded walk. And that'll bring in Armstrong with the 4th run for the Braves. It's 4-1. Mr. Sparky Hauser Drug scoreboard brings up Patrick Horn. Horn has walked and scored, and a sacrifice and an RBI in the 4th. A sacrifice fly and an RBI in the 4th. So a productive night for Horn in that number 9 spot here with the bases loaded. And it's 4-1 now. Cherryville led big last night. Gaston Braves building a lead here in game 2. And the pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 1 on Horn. Right-handed batter for Gaston. Here's the 0-1 coming up from Alexander. And it is check swing fouled off. 0-2 to Patrick Horn. And almost 2 strikes, 2 out, bases loaded. Bottom 5, 4-1. Braves. Cherryville scored first. The lead was short-lived as the Braves tied it in the second. Had it run in the third, a run in the fourth, and now a run here in the fifth. And the pitch, ground ball. It's going to be a tough play. Shortstop up and got him. Good play by Stamey for out number 3, a 6-3 ground out. The Braves score 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 3 left. They've left 3 on in the fifth here and back in the third. And we go to the top of the sixth. It's 4-1 now on the Mr. Sparky Hauser Drug scoreboard.
TRT Trailer Sales stocks one of the largest selections of trailers nationwide. No matter what you're looking for, TRT Trailer Sales has it or can get it. Motorcycle trailers, gooseneck and concessions, race trailers, go-kart trailers, V-nosed, horse trailers, and of course utility trailers. Name brands include Shadowmaster, Cargo Express, and more. 90 days same as cash, just in credit, $0 down. TRT Trailer Sales off Highway 321, exit 20 just south of Lincoln. 1-877-279-7465.
Thinking about remodeling your home? Or maybe you're even thinking about building a new home, or maybe a new building out back. Either way, call on the building experts at B Squared Construction. Get your project started today. From decks to roofing to kitchen and bath to siding to gutters. Also window and door replacement. With over 40 years of combined experience, B Squared Construction. Call Brad Beatonhead at 704-201-4453 or Banjo Strap at 704-713-8296 to get your project started today.
Kevin, you talked to David Brown, the head of officials here, and got it straightened out on the ruling there.
Basically, he was saying that the pitcher technically doesn't have a spot in the lineup in this, which means that basically what I said was that means Weekly was the DH then. He said, no, that's not what that means, but I don't see any other way to explain that then.
Weekly was the DH,
Shoemaker
but
was the DH.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Weekly
He says it's different from college ball, but I've never seen that where you can take the pitcher out and then
move him around. All right, here's a leadoff single for Brad Huff, and it's going to be extra bases, just what the doctor ordered. Huff will hold up at second with a stand-up double. So what David Brown was saying up here in the press box to us was the pitcher and DH were not locked into that spot as they would be in college.
Yeah. Basically, that's how it is.
So Weekly moved. Weekly was the DH. Marcel was the pitcher.
It's kind of like a double switch in the National League where you'd change positions and pitchers and then batting order and everything. So Blake was never, just because somebody was DH for him doesn't mean that was his spot in the lineup, according to what Brown was saying.
And I think this is Blake batting here, and he drills a base hit to left center. So Weekly stayed in his spot. Here comes Huff to score, and that was not Weekly in the 3-hole. Weekly stayed in his spot, and Mostetler moved to the 3-hole on the pitching change. And he's in left field as of the last inning. And Weekly's the first baseman as of the last inning. And boy, does that make my scorebook like a mess.
I was about to say, leave it up to Coach Reynolds to do this to us. If
anybody
was going to do it.
Hey, tell you what, Mostetler got in there and got a hit. And a run scored on the RBI single.
If anyone was going to find the most obscure rule in the book and then use it, it was going to be Coach Bobby Dale Reynolds.
Yeah, that's baseball, and it's strike one to Weekly. Weekly, who's still batting fourth, but no longer the DH. He's the first baseman. Wow. So Mostetler's the one that moved around. And the pitch drilled into center field for a base hit. Mostetler has to hurry down to second. Oh, and they threw him out. He thought it might be caught, and Mostetler's forced out. 8-4, the put out on Mostetler. 8-4 for out number one.
Coach Reynolds not happy at all. Hands on his hips, just staring at Blake, and that's not the first base running mistake he's made.
So that changes it from a hit to a fielder's choice. Correct. Right?
Yep. Well, no, he gets the hit.
Does he get the hit?
He gets the hit on the outfield, don't he? I think he gets the hit if he gets to the outfield.
It's fielder's choice, is what they're saying. And here is the batter up, Brandon Alexander, who's now the pitcher after everything going on there in the fifth inning.
Now batting, number 30, Brandon
First pitch was fouled off. So Cherryville has got it to a 4-2 ball game. Huff, the leadoff double. Mosteller behind him singled. Throw to first. Safe is Weekly. There's one out. Alexander represents the tying run here in the top of the 6th. 4-2 ball game. And the pitch is a strike, 0-2 on Alexander. What happened on Mosteller there at second was the ball was kind of hit on a line to center field. He thought it might be caught, so he held up, and that cost him. He didn't get into second in time. They didn't have to tag him. They just had to
darned
force
if you
him.
do, darned if you don't. He was caught up in no man's land on that ball. Ground ball up the middle.
This could be 2. 4-3.
Come off the bag. Come off the bag.
Nope. They say he's out at first. A 4-3 double play. And that will take care of Cherryville. Weekly's out 4 unassisted at second for the second out. And Alexander the 4-3 put out for out number 3. But Cherryville started out promisingly. But then things went haywire there as they get 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 4-2 on the Mr. Sparky Hauser Drug score.
Cherryville Self-Storage is your complete storage center. They have units from 5x5 up to 10x30. They also sell moving supplies such as locks, slip covers, ropes, and more. Cherryville Self-Storage is the first storage facility in Cherryville and is also the newest units in town. They're also the only storage facility in the surrounding area with climate-controlled units. All storage units have 24-hour access and have paved lots for your convenience. Units are also monitored by security cameras as well as treated monthly for pest control. For more information, call 704-435-4909.
College Building Supplies in Dallas can save you money on kitchen and bath cabinets, exterior siding, all-size lumber, treated and regular. 5E galvanized metal starts at $15.49 per sheet. Wooden storage buildings start at $1,099. 3-tab roofing shingles, $44.96 a square or $14.99 a bundle. College Building Supplies, across from Gaston College. Open Monday through Saturday. Call 704-922-8649.
Cherryville Federal Bank makes switching a snap. Every bank has a switch kit, but ours has a name and a face, a real person ready to walk you through all the details. Automatic drafts, direct deposit, tracking down numbers and details. Completing the process. We do everything we can to make switching a snap. So the sooner you get started, the better. Cherryville Federal Bank. It's just better here. Member FDIC.
All right, bottom of the 6th, first pitch from Alexander, a ball to Spencer Wiles. Wiles, and Armstrong, the 1, 2, 3 spots in the order. In the bottom of the 6th, it's a 4-2 ball game after Cherryville brought in a run in the top of the 6th, but then things went south on them. Here's a fly ball to right field. Wilson giving chase, diving, can't get it. It's going to roll to the corner. Wilson's up. He'll get it back in. Wiles is going for a third. He'll be in there, throw coming down, and he's safe at third. Spencer Wiles on a triple here, leading off the 6th. So just like that, the Braves might get that run right back, Kevin.
Wilson about a foot short of making a spectacular play in right field, and Hastings about a foot short of getting the runner at third over here. So just bang, two bad breaks for Postal Hunter, and leadoff triples now is at third base for the Braves. Alexander is on the mound.
And Dustin Wiles, left-handed batter, up. Pop fly, center field. Probably deep enough, we'll see. They'll test best arm. Here comes the runner home. Here's the throw, and it's up the line. It's a sacrifice fly for Wiles and an RBI, and it's back to a 3-run lead at 5-2 on the Mr. Sparky Hauser Drug scoreboard. A sac fly. RBI, and it brings up the big guy, Logan Armstrong. Armstrong struck out. He's walked. He's reached on an error, and he scored that in the 5th. 1 out, nobody on. A run in, 5-2. And here's a foul ball. Strike 1 on Armstrong. 5-2 in the bottom of the 6th. Cherryville had cut it to a 2-run game, but the Braves get that run right back. Here's another foul ball. 0-2 on Armstrong. And it's...
Well, if Armstrong's going to foul it off, Milton, he's going to pop it up. I mean, we've seen him. We've seen him probably pop up and foul ball 15 to 20 balls in the past 2 games. I mean, he's going to have to buy a whole box for these 2 teams himself.
The big guy waits, and the 0-2 pitch from Brandon Alexander is high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Armstrong last night 0 for 4 with a walk. 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. 1-2 pitch, swung on, foul tip. He can run.
No, not foul tipped.
Oh, no, not. Okay, and he's going to be out. It's a strikeout. 2-3 goes the put out after the ball got away from the catcher, Kaiser. I didn't mean to say foul tip. I said foul tipped, he can run, and obviously that's not the rule.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to say foul tip. Batter be Hopkins. Hopkins came in and pinch hit in the 3rd when Wiggs got hurt out in left field, and he's perfect 2 for 2 on the night.
Yes, he is. He's done a good job of hitting so far, going opposite field. Now he squares the bunt, misses the bunt.
Yep, there's a strike. Hopkins batting in the 4 spot. Wiggs was out there in left field, made a put out there, but he ran up that bank and fell down and might have turned an ankle or something.
No, he was holding his left shoulder, or his left arm. He was holding it down by his leg. So I mean, he took his glove immediately off. It's one of those where you fall down and you hit the ground. I'm guessing as a shoulder.
And it's 0-2 quickly on Hopkins on a swing and a miss. So Cherryville trying to get out of the inning here with no further damage done. And he strikes him out. Another drop strike. This one's not going to get him. That one got away from Kaiser and rolled back toward the mound, and no way he could get him. It'll go down as a strikeout and then a pass ball. And with 2 out, new life for the Braves here with Justin Williams coming up. Williams 2 strikeouts and a walk tonight. So Hopkins too much speed, and the ball got too far away from Luke Kaiser. And the pitch, swing and a miss by Williams, strike 1. Cherryville's got 3 more at bats to try to make up 3 runs here and hold the Braves from getting any more. 5-2 ball game, bottom of the 6th. Braves trying to tie this Area 4 finals up to 1 game apiece. And there's ball 1 to Williams. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two out, throw to first, and back in is Hopkins. Almost caught him over there. Almost caught him off guard. He didn't have a real big lead, though.
Oh.
That fan feel good.
Well, I can barely feel it. It was a $5 fan, so it don't really work.
Here's one in the hole. It's short. Throw across on the bounce. Got him.
Good play.
And that's out number 3, Spencer Stamey on the 6-3 put out. And again, the Braves score a run in the inning on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left. We go to the 7th, now 5-2 on the Mr. Sparky Hauser Drug scoreboard. You're listening to B Squared Construction Post 100 Baseball.
For the grad or dear old dad, the Drugstore and Home Medical Equipment has unique gifts for both. Visit one of their convenient locations in Lincoln and Boger City and Vail and get free delivery within 3 miles of Lincoln and Boger City. And be sure to see them on Facebook. Unique gifts for the grad and dad at the Drugstore and Home Medical Equipment. Carolina Shopping Center, Boger City, Town & Country Shopping Center, Lincoln, and in the Honey Shopping Center, Highway 10 in Vail. Dr. Paul H. Cloninger takes this time to invite you to Paul H. Cloninger Dentistry in Cherryville and Cherryville Dental Clinic. You'll find a state-of-the-art facility with excellent dental care from their competent and caring staff, offering a wide array of preventive, cosmetic, and restorative procedures, and they strive to improve your dental health and a higher quality of life. Dr. Paul H. Kleiniger Dentistry, 1015 East Church Street in Cherryville, and Cherryville Dental Clinic, 106 North Mountain Street in Cherryville. Visit the website at kleinigerdentistry.com.
Dylan Hastings will lead it off here for Cherryville in the top of the 7th. Hastings, a line out his last time up. He's 0 for 2. And he rips a base hit to left field here on the first pitch. Hastings gets aboard. And that'll bring up Dustin Wilson.
Now batting, number 6, Dustin Wilson.
Wilson tonight has flied out and popped up.
Top of the 7th inning, post 100. Running out of time, Milton. Get these bats going. They've been held pretty much at bay by the pitcher here. And we kind of knew this might happen tonight. I mean, both teams last night doing everything they can to save their pitching because, I mean, both teams had a closeout game the night before. And now they're starting to get back. This series is about to tighten up and get even better as we go.
I wanted to count on Wilson. Next pitch, a ball.
I got a feeling last night's 10-1 game or 10-3 game may have been a aberration of what we're going to see here in the series.
Yeah, I told the folks last night that just because Cherryville had a big blowout win in game 1, not to expect it every night. 1-1 pitch to Wilson outside.
Well, no, I mean they got their ace, their best 2 pitchers going tonight and tomorrow night for the Braves, and I guess so does Cherryville with Mosteller and Hastings.
Both teams with 5 hits,
mm-hmm.
but 5-2 where it counts in the run column. And the pitch here to Wilson is high.
Only 1 error so far in this game, Milton. That's unusual this year.
Yeah, really.
Teams have been booting the ball left and right. We talked about last night. It's kind of disappointing to see Cherryville and Shelby boot the ball the way they did.
That's ball 4 to Wilson. So 2 on, nobody out. Great chance for Cherryville here, and batter up be Spencer Stamey. Stamey has struck out and singled on the night. Cherryville held to a 2-hitter until the 5th, 6th inning. Was it 2 or 3 hits at that time? Yes. Here's the pitch. And it's foul. They changed that from, we talked about the fielder's choice weekly. They've changed it to a hit on the board instead of a fielder's choice. So there was 3 hits in that 6th inning instead of 2.
I always thought you didn't take away from the batter on that.
I always thought you did. Maybe it's under certain circumstances. I don't know. But
I thought it was a hit and a fielder's choice is what I thought what it always was.
It was a hit anyway for Weekly in the 6th, and a put out went 8-4 at second base. And it's what's our count here? 1-1. 1-1 on Stamey. The pitch.
It looked like ball. It hit him, but stayed foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes down Stamey. Stamey has done a great job at shortstop these past 2 games, Milton. He had a great play earlier tonight, had a couple good plays last night, so he's done a good job filling in for Kraft out there.
Yeah, and hitting the ball too. 3 hits last night and 1 tonight.
Overall, he's been playing great for post 100 of late.
Cherryville's got runners at first and second, nobody out. 1-2 count on Stamey. Coach Reynolds wants to talk to his right-handed hitter, shortstop, Spencer Stamey.
Everybody's telling secrets out there right now.
Yeah. He said, what he was saying to Stamey is, how'd you like that move I made on the pitching change? Stamey said, Coach, I didn't know what you're doing. I just make this stuff up. Folks, 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, struck him out. And it'll bring up Luke Kaiser. Kaiser will pop up in a flyout tonight. So 1 down. Kaiser represents the tying run here in the top of the 7th. Cherryville down by 3, 5-2. Trying to get to Brandon Tate here, or Bates, excuse me, and the pitch is a strike called.
2-3 there, buddy.
0-1 on Kaiser. And the pitch is inside, blocked up by the catcher. It'll be 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out. Wilson at first, Hastings at second. Hastings led off with a single. Wilson walked. A strikeout followed that by Stamey. It's 1-1 here on Kaiser. And he rips it. Line drive at the third baseman. Back to second for the double play. Oh, hit as hard as you can, but right at him. And the double off Hastings goes 5-4 for out number 3. Tough break for Cherryville, post 100 into 7.
Right. Tough break all around there for post 100.
No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left after the double play. We go to the bottom of the 7th, still 5-2 ball game on the Mr. Sparky House scoreboard.
So many policies with different providers makes everything confusing.
Man, when you bundle your home, auto, and life insurance policies with Nationwide, will help you feel more protected and even save you up to 25%. I think you can take it from here, right? Nationwide is on your side.
Call your local Nationwide agent, Sandy Cunningham in Cherryville today at 704-445-1990.
Okay, we go to the bottom of the 7th here, 5-2, Gaston Braves lead. Cherryville scored first in the ball game, a run in the first. The Braves tied it up in the second. Went ahead in the third, added on a run in the fourth, added on a run in the fifth. Cherryville scored a run in the top of the 6th. The Braves got it right back in the bottom of the 6th. Cherryville with a promising start to the bottom of the 7th. A double play, however, took them out of the inning with no runs scored. So 5-2, Mr. Sparky Hauser Drug scoreboard. The batter is Perry, ground ball to third. Hastings throw in time to get Derek Perry, who's 0 for 4 on the evening. And on the series, Perry is 0 for 6. That brings up Aaron Biggerstaff, who's had a good night, a single in the second, a walk and a run scored in the fourth, and a walk in the fifth.
Post 100 trailing 5-2 here in the 7th inning. We're running out of time. We're going to get a rally.
No, we only got 6 outs left.
They got to hold the Braves at bay too.
You're right about that. Ball 1 to Biggerstaff.
The Braves we were talking are a conglomerate of the Stanley and the Belmont Post, and that's why they're the Braves. The South Point is the Raiders, and East Gaston are the Warriors. So they just did combine them and make them the Braves.
Braves. And it's 2-0 on Biggerstaff. They play their playoff games here at South Point. They played regular season here and at East Gaston.
At Choctaw Field.
Yeah. And there's a strike, 2-1. Two balls, one strike. One out, nobody on. Bottom of the 7th. In there for strike 2. 2-2 to Biggerstaff. My old buddy Tim Biggerstaff up on Flay Road might be tuned in. Hey to Tim. And here's a foul ball. 2-2.
Andre Bush watching from home. He helped do some camera last night. He got about an inning and a half in.
Yeah, and we got to say hey to Dango, wherever Dango is.
I don't think he's listening to us here.
No, he's not listening here. He'll be listening to a radio in Cherryville probably. Hey
Hello.
to Judy Aker.
Dango, if that guy's in your seat, you make him move right now.
2-2 pitch, ground ball. It's going to be Hastings from third. Throw on the mark. Back-to-back 5-3 putouts and brings up Mikhail Davis. Davis has flied out, singled, and walked in that number 8 spot. The left-handed batter up for the Braves, the Gaston Braves. Doing better than the Atlanta Braves did today. Braves lost 9-2, down 8-0 At one time, I went to sleep. I said, I've seen enough. Here's a ground ball to second. Huff backhands it. And a throw in time. 1, 2, 3 in the 7th. We go to the 8th inning. Score remains 5-2 on the Mr. Sparky Hauser Drug scoreboard in favor of the Gaston Braves over post 100 for Cherryville. Top of the order coming up.
For complete auto repair, see Garen Sellers at Seller Service Center on the Dallas-Cherryville Highway. Right now, they're offering alignments for only $29.95 with a purchase of 4 tires. But hurry, the offer ends soon. From tires and repair to inspections to alignment and custom rims, Seller Service Center does it all. From AC repair to shocks, struts, oil changes, and computerized balancing. Seller Service Center does it all. 7156 Dallas-Cherryville Highway. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5:30, Saturdays, 8 to 1. Get it cranked with a stop at Field Starter and Alternator in Cherryville. They start all the winners. They do it all at Field Starter and Alternator, from starters to alternators, generators, rebuilt and repairs. With 2 locations, 457 Paul H. Beam Road and 319 East Main Street, both in Cherryville. Yes, get it cranked and get it running with a visit to Field Starter and Alternator of Cherryville.
Kevin, last couple of innings, 6th and 7th innings, look like Cherryville's starting to, get the hits going a little bit against Bates, but they just had some bad luck.
Yes, they have. Hitting the ball pretty hard of late in the last couple of innings, but right at people. And you can't score runs hitting the ball right at people. Well, no. And now is the top of the 8th inning, and it's do or die time basically now for post 100 with only 1 more at bat after this left. Now they got the leadoff hitter, so this is what they want.
Yep, Bess takes strike 1, 0-1 to Thomas Bess, who's 1 for 2 on the night with a walk also. He doubled in the first inning, went to third on a pass ball, came home on a sac fly. And it's ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to on base Bess. See if he can get it going here. Top of the order up here for Cherryville. And the 1-1 pitch, strike called. 1 and 2 now to Bess. Got to be ready here. Bates. He's given up 5 hits, but only 2 runs. The Cherryville pitchers, Marcel and Alexander, only 5 hits, but 5 runs. And there's ball 2. 2 and 2 to Bess. Bess, the right-handed hitter, digs in. And the 2-2 from the lefty, Brandon Bates. Instead, time. Bess going down to talk to Coach Reynolds. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, nobody on. Top of the 8th, Cherryville down 5-2.
Top of the order up.
Here's the pitch, and it's popped up. Bess upset with himself for doing that. Second baseman dropped it. Bess is going for 2, and he's in there.
Wow.
Bess was running all the way. He kept running, and he dropped it, and he got into second.
Wow, Milton. The second baseman camped under it and couldn't come up with the play. The second baseman dropped the ball and couldn't come up with a play, Milton. I mean, it's nothing else you could say, but he missed it.
Yeah. And that'll be the first error on the Braves. Bess at second for Brett Huff. And the pitch lifted right field, going to get out of play.
Yep.
And it's 1 strike on Huff. Huff doubled, leading off the 6th, came in to score. Run number 2 for Cherryville in the game. He came in on Marceller's RBI single in the 6th. And here's one back at the pitcher. Bess is caught between short and second and
if anybody's
third.
going to get out of a rundown, it's going to be Bess.
And here we go. And he's out. Tagged out.
Wow.
It'll be a fielder's choice for Huff.
They go from a huge break, Milton, to a bad break. This ball hit right back to the pitcher. Bass assumed it was by him, took off for third, caught himself caught, and he's got to be upset with himself.
One out. One out on the rundown. It brings up Mosteller. Instead to throw to first.
Yep.
Picked off at first. What is going on?
I mean,
Cherryville.
Milton, I'm saying back as soon as he lifts his leg up. If I can see it, somebody in that dugout should see it. I mean, I don't understand what Post 100 is doing. I mean, I mean, it's a good move, but it's so slow. You know it's coming, and they're getting picked off.
Mosteller pitches a ball inside before somebody at home throws a fit. Just hang on there.
Oh.
We've seen wilder things happen.
We've had 2 runners picked off at first. We've got back-to-back innings. People, we had a double up on the last inning on a hard-hit ball. Then Bess got caught in a rundown. And then when they do get a break, I mean, that's why they run themselves into 2 outs after a pop-up to the second baseman.
Yep, 2-0 the count on Mosteller. Pitch from Bates, popped him out of play, going back and behind the first base dugout.
Got into the trees back here.
A little further than...
Interrupted our handball game going on there. I heard there was one heck of a game going on here with a bunch of kids.
2-1 on Mosteller. Mosteller batting in the 3 spot.
Post 100 shooting themselves in the foot over and over this game. Called. Strike 2 right down the plate for Mosteller. If he's going to swing at one, that's the one you want. The lefty starting to get in rhythm. Bates on the heel of the ace for this Gaston Braves team.
2-2 pitch, low and away, ball 3. Yeah, it looks like Bates starting to catch his second win here after Cherryville. I tell you, he's got to feel fortunate the way Cherryville's come at him in the 6th, 7th, and 8th innings here. And that's ball 4 to Mosteller, so a 2-out walk. Just think what might have been.
Oh, they could have bases loaded right now, no outs.
Yep, Bass caught in a rundown on the ground ball hit by Huff. Huff then picked off the very next thing at first base.
Somebody, whatever gun they're shooting themselves in the foot with, Milton, somebody needs to go out there and unload that thing.
Here's Weekly. Weekly fouls one back. Weekly a base hit his last time up. He's 1 for 3 on the night. Weekly.
South Point guys up here in the box said they got a bunch of bullets they'll supply us with.
Oh,
more than happy to.
Way it's going. Here's the 0-1 to Weekly. Fouled right back.
Bates pitching a heck of a game. He's held Post 100, 2 runs on 5 hits tonight. Picked off 2 runners already at first base.
And we got catcher going out to the mound. Runner at first, 2 out here in the top of the 8th for Cherryville. Down 5-2.
And the thing about getting picked off at first, Milton, if you're not still in second, there is absolutely no reason for you to get picked off. I mean, your first move is going to be back, and especially if it's a lefty and you know you're not going anywhere. You're sitting still, you're watching him, and you wait until he's going to the plate before you even lean towards second base.
Here's the pitch inside, 1-2 on Weekly.
There's no hurry to get the secondary lead before the pitchers even let go of the ball. And that's what happened to Huff.
The 1-2 pitch is a ball outside. 2-2 now on Weekly.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 8th. 5-2. Post 100 trails.
And
pick
first,
off.
And he's back.
They ain't seen it yet.
Mosteller's big and tall. He just had to fall down, and he's back on the base.
Fell into first base there.
2-2 again here to Weekly. And it is foul tip. Still alive, 2-2 on Seth Weekly now playing first base. Start out the night as the DH. Another 2-2 pitch coming up here from Bates. He steps off. Catcher comes out.
Telling more secrets.
Game 2 here at South Point. Cherryville leads the series 1-0, but the Braves trying to even it up. Going back to Cherryville tomorrow night for the Game 3.
Tomorrow night, don't forget about, we'll have Game 3 of this series from Fraley Field.
2-2 pitch, outside, a ball. Well, if the Braves win this one, then that means we will see a game 5 at Fraley Field. And here's the ground ball. Shortstop can't get it there. Base hit for Weekly.
Good attempt there. I thought he might have it. Couldn't come up with it. And Milton, we don't run ourselves into two outs here. There's a run scored right there, and cut the lead to 5-3.
Yep, sure
but
would
now
have.
It's 5-2.
Excuse me, folks, as the coach comes out here to check on Bates here with runners first and second, 2 out, and Brandon Alexander, young man coming up to bat here, the pitcher. Brandon represents the tying run here in the top of the 8th. He can knock one out of here. Don't know what kind of power he's got.
Right. Folks at home, don't forget about this fall coming up on whatsupshopper.com. Once again, we'll have the Gaston County Game of the Week and every Burns Bulldogs game live on the internet, along with live cut radio coverage of the Shelby Golden Lions and the Cherryville Ironmen. Now, that Gaston County Game of the Week will have one Cherryville game at Bessemer City, but we'll also have 1, 2, 3 South Point games, Lincoln at South Point, East Gaston at South Point, and Forest View at South Point, along with South Point at Burns. So South Point getting a heavy dose of What's Up Shopper games this fall on whatsupshopper.com. So you Red Raiders fans watching tonight, you can check your Red Raiders football out this fall on whatsupshopper.com.
Here's a ground ball covered by the shortstop, and the putout will be a force at second, 6-4 on Weekly for out number 3. That ball was hit hard by Alexander and almost snuck through. Might have went off the glove a little bit there of the pitcher. Fielder's choice for Alexander. And the inning summary for Cherryville: no runs on 1 hit. There was 1 error and 2 runners left. We go to the bottom of the 8th, still 5-2. The Gaston Braves lead Cherryville on the Mr. Sparky Hauser Drug scoreboard.
And they lived happily ever after.
Thanks, Mom.
Good night, honey.
Good night.
This moment is brought to you by Bennett Insurance Group, your local Erie insurance agent. For affordable insurance coverage in Cherryville, call Rocky at Bennett Insurance Group at 704-435-0271 and see how you can save. Bennett Insurance Group and Erie Insurance. We've got you covered. It's our true blue promise.
Get your prescriptions to go from Medical Center Pharmacy in Cherryville. Yes, delivery is now available. Look for the Medical Center delivery van in your area. Just call 704-435-3263 for your prescriptions to go. You can even order online at mcpcherryville.com. Check out that new and improved website. And the grill is now under new management. Come on in for your favorite sandwiches. That's at the Medical Center Pharmacy, East Academy Street in Cherryville. On the go for you. Most of us will make or assist in making funeral arrangements of some kind in our lives. This can mean making many decisions at a very difficult and emotional time. At Carpenter's Funeral Home of Cherryville, their funeral directors, John Porter and Carol Carpenter, are there to offer help and guidance. Carpenter's Funeral Home promotes the highest ethical and professional standards while maintaining cost-effective service, even winning the Pursuit of Excellence Award. Carpenter's Funeral Home, 1100 East Main Street in Cherryville, a member of the North Carolina Funeral Directors Association.
For the Gaston Braves, Horn, then Wiles and Wiles. And Horn tonight has walked and scored. He's sacrificed flying an RBI, and he has grounded out 0 for 1 officially. And a first pitch from Alexander in there for a strike. Nothing in 1 on Horn. Horn, right-handed batter. Next pitch on the inside corner, strike 2. 0-2. It's 5-2. Braves lead bottom of the 8th here. Trying to tie this best 4 out of 7 series at 1 game each. Going back to Cherryville tomorrow night, no matter what. Can Cherryville come back? Can they hold them here and come back in the top of the 9th?
Gonna have to get their hitting shoes on and find a lucky horseshoe because they got the unlucky one on right now.
Right, here's a pop-up, and Alexander catches at the pitcher. The little basket catch in foul territory, first base side.
Kind of caught it with his bare hands, too, man.
Yeah, that was a tough one. But he made a good catch to get Horn and bring us to the top of the order. Spencer Wiles. Wiles tripled in the sixth, leading off that inning, and came in to score the fifth run for the Braves at the time. And that's where we stand, 5-2. And it's ball one. Wiles tonight with that triple. He's 1 for 4. And in the series, he's had a triple and a double, his only hits. He had it way down in the batting order last night, leading off tonight. And it's 2 balls and no strikes.
Post 100 trailing 5-2 right now, folks. Just tuning in. Feel a little bit of snake bitten tonight. With a lot of breaks going the other way.
And here's a foul ball, 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, in the 6th inning, things started out promisingly for Cherryville. Huff doubled. Mosteller behind him singled him in to make it a 4-2 game. But then Weekly singled into center, and Mosteller didn't get into second before the throw came down. He was out 8-4. 8-4. And then on the very next wait a minute, let me see. Weekly was then forced out at second, and then a ground out ended the inning.
And last inning, Thomas Best popping up to the second baseman. He dropped it. Thomas hit it up on second base. And a ground ball right back to the pitcher. Caught Thomas no man's land, and he gets caught in a run down. And then, and then Huff at first got picked off.
The very next thing. Back to that 6th inning, it was a double play ball that Alexander hit into 4 unassisted second and a 4-3. Here's a foul ball down the third base side by Wiles, and the count remains 2-2. Well, we just need to not allow any more runs here and try to get 3 or more in the top of the ninth. 3 to at least keep it going. Hastings, Wilson, and Stamey due up for Cherryville in the top of the ninth, but 2 more outs to get here in the bottom of the 8th, and the Braves top of the order up. Spencer Wiles, 1 out, nobody on, 2-2 count. Pitch from Alexander. Ground ball to third. This one's fair in the hole. Hastings' throw to first is there, a little high, but Weekly came down on the bag with it. 5-3 put out on Spencer Wiles, and it brings up Dustin Wiles. Dustin Wiles has flied out, walked, popped up, and has an RBI on a sac fly. That was in the 6th inning to score his brother Spencer, who had just tripled. So 2 out, nobody on here, bottom of the 8th. And the pitch. There's a base hit to left field for Dustin Wiles. His first hit of the night. He goes down the line. He'll go to second. Here's the throw, and it's not in time. A 2-out double for Dustin Wiles down the left field corner, and that brings up Logan Armstrong, the designated hitter. Armstrong tonight has struck out. He's walked. He's reached on an error in the 5th and scored, and he struck out in the 6th. Alexander steps on. Now back. Runner at second base, 2 down. And the pitch. Inside, got away from Kaiser. Runner going to third. They might have him. He is safe. Pass ball. Puts Wiles at third now. That's ball 1 on Armstrong.
Now a pass ball or any single will score Wiles. 2 outs against Armstrong, who has a propensity to pop up and strike out so far in this series.
And the pitch, a strike. 1-1. You call him the big Poppy. Poppy up. 1-1 count. And Alexander ready. And the pitch in the dirt. Blocked up by Kaiser. 2-1 now. Remember, folks, stay tuned later on for the College Building Supplies post-game show. We'll have the stats and game summary and so forth. And here's a high fly ball to left field. The Blue Mist watches it. It is gone for a 2-run homer here in the bottom of the 8th with 2 out for big old Logan Armstrong. And that's his home run gallop we see here. And I believe that's the big man's first hit it is in the series. And what a biggie, making it 7-2 in the bottom of the 8th now. 2-run homer. First inning anybody scored more than 1 run. And it comes with 2 out. And it'll bring up Hopkins.
That is the last thing they needed, Milton.
Oh, yeah. Hopkins got 2 hits.
Played very well since coming into the game after the injury earlier in the game. Jarky Hopkins.
I can't figure out what I wrote down
He's
in
got
the 6th
2 hits,
inning.
I know. What did he get in the 6th?
What did he do in the 6th? Struck out. So, counts by 1.
Drop ball.
Oh, that's right.
He got to first.
He reached on a pass ball on a strikeout. That's right. That's what I was trying to
So
decipher
he's reached on all 3 of his attempts, right?
Yeah, and he came in for Wiggs, of course, who got hurt.
But Wiggs already walked and scored.
Mm-hmm. So a productive number 4 spot here.
Productive number 4 hole, yep.
2-1 goes to count on Hopkins with 2 out and bases empty after the Armstrong 2-run homer. 2-1 pitch, ball 3. So it's 7-2 now. Braves in the bottom of the 8th. And the pitch from Alexander. Ground ball to third. Couple hops. Throw is in time, and that'll do it. But damage done. 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors and nobody left. We go to the 9th, and Cherryville needs 5 runs. It's 7-2. Gaston Braves. You listen to B Square Construction, Post 100 Baseball.
Thinking about remodeling your home? Or maybe you're even thinking about building a new home, or maybe a new building out back. Either way, call on the building experts at B Squared Construction. Get your project started today. From decks to roofing to kitchen and bath to siding to gutters. Also window and door replacement. With over 40 years of combined experience, B Squared Construction. Call Brad Beatonhead at 704-201-4453 or Banjo Strap at 704-713-8296 to get your project started today.
Hauser Drug Store on the corner in downtown Cherryville has been Cherryville's hometown pharmacy since 1935, and they know you by name. For durable medical equipment such as wheelchairs, oxygen, walkers, CPAPs and BiPAPs, lift chairs, and diabetic supplies too, like strips and lancets. Hauser Drug bills Medicare and most all private insurances. And does your pharmacy make home deliveries? Hauser Drug in Cherryville does. It's service after the sale.
Good luck to Post 100 Baseball from Hauser Drug.
Here we go to the 9th inning. Batter up for Cherryville, Dylan Hastings. Hastings, Wilson, and Stamey due up here. Cherryville down 7-2. Need at least 5 here in the top of the 9th to keep it going. Hastings tonight, 1 for 3. Single his last time up. Pitch is high, ball 1 from Brandon Bates. Next pitch from the left-hander outside. 2-0. Hastings ground out in the 2nd. He hit a line drive out at the shortstop to end the 4th, but singled in the 7th, and the count now 3-0 on Hastings.
Need base runners right now.
And the 3-0 is a strike. 3-1 count. The pitch. Missed. Ball 4. So Hastings a leadoff walk here for Cherryville.
Either Hastings didn't know that was ball 4 or he thought it was a strike, Milton.
He might have. It's close. Ball 4 at any rate. A walk here as Bates has spread out some walks. 1, 2.
Just don't get picked off.
Yeah. 3, 4. He's only walked 4.
Yeah.
Spread those out.
Did you get that one up there?
No. Walked 5. Walked 6. I found another one.
Phew.
Swing and a miss by Wilson.
It's pretty good to give up 6 hits and 6 walks. Only have 2 runs on the board.
A 1 on Dustin Wilson, who
pretty
walked
good
his
for
last
him.
time. And the next pitch is in there for a strike. 0-2 to Wilson.
All right, folks, put your rally caps on or sit in the seat you sit in and do what you do. Ain't that right, Milton?
That's right. Go where you go. Do what you do. The 0-2 pitch, foul back. Still 0-2 on Wilson. Hastings at first. Nobody out. In the top of the ninth. We heard from L.A. tonight.
From L.A.?
Our L.A. viewer.
Oh, no, we have not heard from Chris Perkins tonight.
0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Struck him out. 1 down for Spencer Stamey.
Heard from Corey Parks and Clay Thornburg and the family. They said hello and good luck, boys, from the Thornburgs. Like I said, Corey Parks chimed in. Jimmy Willis signed in, said hello. So a lot of people talking online. Guys, you got your Twitter and your Facebook accounts. Don't forget you can always chat with us. We'll say hello to you guys.
And Stamey, first pitch, popped it up. Shortstop in the grass behind the mound. He drops it.
And
And
he's going to
now
get the out at second
they'll
anyway.
Get the out at second base. Yep. That'll be Hastings out 6-4.
Gaston Braves might be practicing pop-ups tomorrow, Milton.
Yeah. It'll be a set scored. That's an E6, right? And Stamey aboard.
The announcer said, I ain't even going to announce that.
2 pop-ups drop. Well, this time Perry, the shortstop, he just missed it totally. He didn't hit his glove.
Back.
And throw to first.
And I'll be honest with you, a high pop-up in the infield, Milton, oh, it's so hard because it's moving, it's really high. And in high school, you know, the lights are the ball usually goes higher than the light, so you tend to lose it.
Here's a hard hit ball to left fielder, but caught out there by Hopkins for out number 3 off the bat of Luke Kaiser. And it's just been a tough luck night tonight for Cherryville, as that's the ball game. Cherryville, no runs on no hits, 1 error, and 1 left in the night. Final score 7-2 on the Mr. Sparky Hauser Drug scoreboard, and the series is tied 1 game apiece. Going back to Cherryville for Game 3 tomorrow night, the best 4 out of 7 for the Area 4 championship, and a chance to go to the state tournament at Caldwell County. You must win this series to make that state tournament, of course, this year. Caldwell County is in automatically as the host team now.
Right.
Well, final score 7-2, Mr. Sparky Hauser Drug scoreboard. You heard it right here on the B Square Construction Post 100 broadcast. Now stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for the College Building Supplies post-game show and the Medical Center Pharmacy MVP Award.
Deja Vu in downtown Cherryville specializes in men's, women's, and children's clothing. Deja Vu has an extensive line of formal wear with name brand jewelry and purses. And Deja Vu is now accepting new consigners. Come on in now and see Emily or Alice for all of your clothing and accessory needs. They're open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 5, Saturdays, 10 to 3. Deja Vu, 118 East Main Street in downtown Cherryville. Find them on Facebook or call 704-445-9333 for Deja Vu in downtown Cherryville. Carolina Care Center strives to provide quality care and promote an excellent quality of life. They now offer Carolina Care Cottages. All Carolina Care services are now available to cottage residents on an outpatient basis. Cottage residents have priority to beds if need at Carolina Care Center. The 2-bedroom cottages are fully equipped. Reserve your new home today by calling 704-435-4161. Carolina Care, offering a standard of excellence. Let their family take care of your family today at Carolina Care Center. Just like Cherryville Post 100 plays their best, you want to look your best with a stop at Trudy's Classic Cuts at 800 West Church Street in Cherryville. From cuts to coloring, from perms to waxing, plus other treatments that'll make you look your best. And good luck to Cherryville Post 100 from Trudy's Classic Cuts, located at 800 West Church Street in Cherryville. For your appointment, call Trudy today at 704 445-1333 for Trudy's Classic Cuts.
Welcome back to South Point High School. There we go. South Point High School, where Post 100 has been defeated 7-2 by the Gaston Braves in Game 2 of the best of 7 in the Area 4 Finals. Gaston Braves looking for their first ever. This is actually the first ever finals they've even been in, Milton. Now they're looking for their first ever Area 4 title with a win tonight. It's one step closer and 3 wins away. Post 100 heading back home, and we may have one of those home series on our hands, Milton.
I hear you. I know. So it's tied up 1-1. There'll be a game tomorrow night in Cherryville. There'll be a game Tuesday night here, and with the win tonight by the Braves, that'll make sure there's a game 5 in Cherryville Wednesday night. All that, of course, weather permitting. Cherryville's going to have to rebound. Looks like we'll probably go with Hastings tomorrow night then.
We'll see Hastings, and they'll also flip their pad over. I'll tell you, I can probably pretty much tell you who's going to pitch for them.
Here's their sub.
Starts with a B.
Oh, well, Bates was tonight.
Bates was tonight. Then there's another B.
Another B.
I'm not seeing them. I thought it was they had 2 guys with the names B's. Let me bring it up on here. You go ahead for a second. I'll bring up who I think will go.
Well, I'll run down the totals here. Cherryville 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, 7 left on. And for the Braves, 7 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, and 9 left on. And the winning pitcher, Brandon Bates. Losing pitcher was Blake Mosteller for Post 100. And Cherryville's record is going to drop to 31-8. The Braves will improve to 20-7 with the win. Like I said, it makes the series even, 1 game apiece now for the Area 4 Finals, best 4 out of 7. Winner, you must win this Area 4 this year to go to the state tournament. Caldwell County, since being put out in the playoffs, they are in automatically as the host team up at Granite Falls, MS Steel Stadium.
That's right. Walden will be pitching tomorrow.
That's okay. Yeah, Walden, that's who I thought. Right there, Logan Walden.
Yep.
Well, the couple big blows tonight. Well, with the Braves spreading out their first 5 runs, and then the big 2-run homer in the bottom of the 8th with 2 out made it almost a certainty that the Braves were going to win this one.
That was the straw that broke the camel's back, Milton.
You're exactly right.
After the inning they just had before, and then they give up a big 2-run homer to Armstrong, who they've had. He struck out and popped up every time, or walked a couple times, but they've had him where they wanted him in the series, but not with that home run.
Nope, that was his first hit of the series, and it was a biggie here at South Point, big 2-run homer. So now our MVP, our Medical Center Pharmacy of Cherryville MVP for Post 100. Tonight, only 1 player with more than 1 hit, and it'd be Seth Weekly, who also came in and played first base. So Weekly gets the nod with 2 hits and 1 no RBIs, but 2 hits. You did have Best with a double and a run scored, and Huff with a double and a run scored, so you can give them attaboys too. But only 1 player with more than 1 hit was Weekly tonight.
Yep.
And with that hit, with those 2 hits tonight, Weekly has 5 hits in the series, so he's a pretty hot hitter right now for Post 100. All right, so that will put a wrap on it here from South Point. I want to thank our cameramen, Shandy Clark and Josh Collins tonight. Kevin, enjoyed working with you again tonight.
Yep.
I'll be off tomorrow night. Your dad will be here. Calvin and Kevin Hastings tomorrow night.
Me and Calvin and Freddie Farley will probably be cameraman, and joining us will either be Josh Collins or Shandy Clark.
All right. With that being said, that's the College Building Supplies postgame show. And once again, the final score on the Mr. Sparky House Drug scoreboard was Gaston Braves 7, Cherryville Post 102. You heard it all on the B Square Construction Post 100 radio broadcast and internet. What's Up Shopper broadcast. Post 100 Baseball, a production of KTC Broadcasting. We'll say so long from Belmont, and at this time we'll rejoin WOHS in Shelby, our sister station, with programming in progress.